Welcome to Making More, the podcast where high-performing business owners and visionary executives share how they're building more than just bottom lines. I'm your host, Billy Fischer, an engineering leader turned business and executive coach, and I'm guided by a personal mission to help leaders create clarity, build forward momentum, and make more of what matters most. I'm excited for this one today. It is a first for Making More. I have not one, but three guests, three high school students from Eastern, DuPont Manual, and Floyd Central in Southern Indiana and Louisville. And they are here to tell me all about their entrepreneurial vision for a company they've started while still in high school called Roots2Results. I'll introduce you three. It's Kishan, Prit, and Nidhi. Welcome to Making More.
Excited to be here.
Excited to be here.
So go around the room real quick and just give me just the briefest of introductions to yourself, where you're currently sitting within the organization that you all have created, and how much school you've got left.
I can start out. So my name's Prit Patel. I'm a senior at Eastern High School, so only have about 2 months left before graduation. I'm CEO of Roots2Results. My position consists of networking, building connections, trying to get outreach for and validation for our platform. Me and Kishan work side by side on this, trying to get our website validated, how to get production out, things like that.
I'm Kishan Patel. I'm a senior at Floyd Central High School down in Southern Indiana. I have about 2 months left, like Bree, and I'm COO of Roots2Results. Like Bree said, I work on validation and networking and really trying to validate this idea.
I'm Nidhi Patel. I'm a junior at DuPont Manual High School, and I'm the CMO. I work on social media outreach and finding other outreach options.
Beautiful. So we have the C-suite here in attendance. I love that. I love that you all can create these opportunities for yourself. And so what led you, each of you, to seek out this opportunity while still finishing up your high school studies? That's a little ambitious, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I joined the University of Kentucky boot camp August of last year, and I originally went in with an idea for a lithium battery removal, so it removes the pollutants in lithium batteries. But I quickly pivoted my idea because I felt that this problem was much larger and more important, like more passionate to me. So the problem is that a lot of immigrant business owners lack access to financial literacy. So they don't understand the documents or professional advice that they've been given because it's in hard legal jargon that they don't understand. And so my parents have experienced this a lot, going back and forth at our accountant, looking through franchise documents, understanding that if it's right or wrong for them, things like that. So I've had to step up and try and learn it all myself as a high schooler, which can be really difficult. So that's why I felt I needed to pivot and decided to solve this problem.
And that's also where Pre brought me along onto Roots2Results. My parents are also immigrant business owners, and me, along with my siblings, have spent countless nights. I'm 17 right now, but going back to when I was maybe 10, we've been helping our parents when they're struggling to understand documents or what to do when getting loans and accessing capital. So that's where my passion for it comes from.
Yeah, and Preet's my brother, so we went through the same problems with our parents, and we both help out with that. We thought this would be a better way to achieve that.
I'm sitting here imagining my 5-year-old who now in maybe 5 more years will have a command of the English language, strong enough to help me with my business paperwork. And I just think that's incredible that your parents are leaning on you at such a young age to help with this, because you are in school here in the States and you are learning things that, even if it's not business topics, right? It's English language, and you can help with the forms, what the forms say, what they mean, the layout of them, and all of that. It's just such an incredible thing. And I'm also taken back to a story. I don't know if you all know this or not, but Toyota, the company, formed because the founder wanted to help his parent out, who was she made fabric on a loom. and she was trying
Really?
to he was trying to help make that a better process for her to make her life easier. And so he basically developed an automated loom for her that if a string broke, it would stop and let her reset it and then continue making the fabric. And so the loom and fabric business, big business, but now we know Toyota more for automobiles, right?
Yeah.
And so
Hmm.
they've done okay for themselves. But I just think it's such a fun parallel to draw to what you all are doing now, wanting to help out your parents and your parents' colleagues and all immigrants that are trying to start businesses in such a way that this is now not just an idea, but it's an organization that you have founded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really cool
Mhm.
story. I think I've seen that before, but it's great to hear again.
So tell me how AI kind of fits into this piece because AI is everywhere. I can't get away from it. No matter who the guest is, we end up talking about AI a little bit on this podcast because it is just so prevalent right now. So
Hmm.
where are you all leveraging that technology to create what you are with this company?
Uh,
So the AI part of it comes in from where immigrant entrepreneurs upload documents into our
Okay.
website. And so what we want to do is fine tune an already pre-existing LLM and have it controlled to certain cities so it's accurate for each entrepreneur because ChatGPT and all these large language models pull data from all around the world. It's not city
Mhm.
specific. And so that's what we want to fix. We want to make it so it's accurate for each individual city.
Mhm. Local,
Yeah,
locally sourced information and locally applicable, probably laws and guidelines. So that's good.
mhm.
exactly.
And recently, we just spoke about last week with a startup founder who is an immigrant from India. But because of his visa expiring soon, he had to
Mhm.
shut down his startup. So he had to stop for now. And then he got a job at a different company. But he's not allowed to keep doing his startup. And he's trying. So he suggested to us to find a way for visa holders to also be able to understand business documents because currently
Mhm.
we were just focusing on citizens, but it would be even more of an impact if we could figure out how to be able to help visa holders to also start their own businesses through this and give them advice on how to proceed with complicated aspects of why their visa could reject them from having their business or things like that.
Mhm. I don't know the laws well enough with immigration to know. Is that a pretty big barrier? I'm guessing maybe if you have a visa, it's for specific work and doesn't necessarily allow you the flexibility to go and start your own business sometimes.
Yeah, it can. There's a lot of restrictions on it, so you would have to go around those restrictions to be able to start it. But a lot of them get confused because of the language barrier.
Mm,
Yeah, there's different types of visas itself, but also if a company brings you on and gives you the visa to work at their company, they can also add their own custom restrictions, which many immigrants don't
okay,
understand.
I see. Hmm. The deck is stacked against them in so many ways.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that would be something to touch on a little bit here is kind of to tell your own stories from what your parents have done as business owners and entrepreneurs and what you have seen through that lens of just growing up in their households. What has that been like?
So yeah, so it's been difficult at times, but learning at a young age what um, grant forgiveness is through COVID-19, and trying to fill out all the paperwork for that. And then going back and forth with the accountant, trying to figure out if when the tax return uh, filing is due and stuff like that, going back and forth about that has been difficult, but it's definitely taught me a lot. I wouldn't be where I am today without that effort I put in for that and the perseverance that I gained through that.
Mm,
I think for me, it's taught me a lot about responsibility and, like Preet said, perseverance. I can't take all the credit for helping my parents. My older brother's definitely done more of that. Um, but going out throughout high school and even middle school, it's put a lot of stress on me, combining with extracurriculars and sports. But it's taught me time management, how to help certain people when I need to and how to move on. I've spent countless nights up past 12, especially during COVID, trying to figure out how to work loans, how to talk to our accountant in order to get the right tax information they need to file. And it's just been a great responsibility put on me, but something that I'm proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it really gave me an early exposure to like business owning and all that goes into it and the hard work that goes into it and all obstacles you have to get over. Really taught me a lot about more than just business.
Yes, like I say, I think the perseverance, the consistent theme throughout those three answers. So terrific. Thank you all for just sharing a little bit more of that. Kishan, what sports?
So I used to do cross country and track, but right now I play school and club volleyball.
Oh my gosh, terrific.
Yeah.
So a runner and then got into volleyball.
I'll actually be coming up to Columbus, I think next or 2 weeks from now to play Columbus East. So
Oh, nice. Very good. The Olympians. Very good.
yeah.
Well,
I
safe
play
travels on that.
tennis at Eastern too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty good?
Yeah, the season's just starting up, so it's been a little time consuming, but
Big aspirations for your senior season here?
hopefully.
All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I play lacrosse at my school.
Whoa,
Yeah.
lacrosse. I didn't even know lacrosse when I was in high school. It wasn't so prevalent as it was in Louisville, but I went to Providence High School, so kind of like Kishan's arch rival. But yeah, we didn't have lacrosse, and I still don't think they do today. Does Floyd Central have
Mhm.
lacrosse?
Floyd Central, no, we don't have
No.
lacrosse yet.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
terrific.
lacrosse is very big in Louisville.
Yes. You can get a good college scholarship playing lacrosse. I saw some kids in Florida when I went to school in Florida
Mhm.
playing, and oh my gosh, it's just such an intense sport.
Yeah.
It's fast paced and just intense. So congratulations, all
Thanks.
three of you playing the sports and completing your studies. Any college aspirations, or does college take a back seat for business startup? What kind of becomes the next step for you all?
So right now it really doesn't take a backseat. I'm just trying to do everything at once, which might not be
Yeah.
a smart idea, but I've been admitted into IU Kelly, which is probably a
Oh,
while ago.
fantastic.
Um,
Yes.
Ivy League Day is on the 26th this month, so we'll see what happens there. But
Oh,
yeah,
you said Ivy League Day?
yes,
Are there some applications in for Ivy League schools?
yeah, 7 out of 8 Ivies.
Whoa, my goodness. Well, that's terrific. That's got to be a little bit of a stressful time waiting to hear that in the next few weeks, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. But I'm hopeful.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, congratulations. Did a part of the application involve sharing the story of Roots2Results?
oh, for sure,
All
100%.
right. Leverage that. Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
great. Preet, how about for you?
Yeah, so I got in early decision to University of Pennsylvania Wharton
Okay.
business. So I'm
Yes.
planning to go there in the fall for business in finance.
Okay. The Wharton School. I've definitely you hear of the Wharton School. It's one of the best around. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And Needy, what year are
Yeah.
you?
I'm a junior right now, so I haven't started applying
Okay.
yet.
That's okay. That's all right. You got some chief marketing stuff to work on, so that's quite all right. Oh, terrific. Well, this is exciting times. So, how do you think that the college experience, regardless of where it ends up being, will shape the continuing foundation of this company that you started?
I think I think colleges will only boost us even more. As we're high schoolers right now, we're really limited on what we can do and who we have access to. Going into college, especially at Kelly and Wharton, two major finance and business schools, and just colleges overall, we'll definitely be able to leverage the network we get from them, but as well as
Hmm,
like the academic skills we learn.
very good. And then help me remember, because I think you've told me before, but like is the website, is the tool currently live where people can use it and experience the um, being customers of Roots2Results today, or is it still in beta?
It's still in beta testing. We plan to get out a validation page within the next couple of weeks
Okay.
to have a demo on there and get people to sign up and like prove the validation for our product. We've proven validation in our local community, but we want to get further outreach.
Fantastic. Will it be a subscription model?
Yes, we plan to have a subscription model. Prices are still in testing, but once more features come out, pricing will adjust.
Okay. Good answer. Very good. I think the value that it provides to a potential reoccurring customer where they can almost take your company on as like an advisor or a coach, right? And have that relationship that they're building. Not only are they getting access to the model that you all have created, but then they are starting to, you know, get their own traction with it. They're teaching it all about their own business and all about their needs, and then it grows, right? That's how all of these language models work. The more you use them, the greater a narrative it has to build around.
Yeah.
What have you learned about researching markets and kind of finding your niche in this space so far?
So, you want Kishan?
Yeah, I can take this. So when we first started Roots2Results, we knew we wanted to target immigrant entrepreneurs. I mean, it's a wide market, of course. But as we talked to people, as we researched more and more, we learned that when you start a business, you can't capture a whole market. You have to start small and progressively go from there. And so we wanted to work with our direct community, the Indian immigrants in Louisville, but also in the tri-state area. And so that's kind of how we closed it down into a more smaller market, especially with hotels, because that's what our parents are in the business of. But I think a major thing we also learned is from the UK boot camp we're a part of. We've gotten access to a lot of different startup entrepreneurs, a lot of CPAs, accountants, and whatnot, and they've really been helpful in our research.
And just to add on to that, so we've been trying to connect with AHOA board members, the Asian American Hotel Owners Association. And since their members own about 62% of all hotels in America, we really want to build a strong relationship with them to see the validation of our product and how the need for our product is, because a lot of immigrant entrepreneurs are within that convention and community center.
That is an incredible statistic. You said 62%, 68%?
62.
62% of all hotels fall into this population. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think is the kind of the ultimate 5-year plan for the organization, for the business? You wanting to hire? Are you wanting to build your tool to greater capabilities? What are kind of the things that you want to accomplish in the next 5 years while you all are in college?
Yeah, so I'll start off. Bree can go on from here, but right now we just want to have our AI platform out there. We want to start basic. We want to start small. We want to validate our solution because we fell in love with the problem. That's a saying I've heard. Fall in love with your problem, not the solution. And so that's what we want to do. We want to start by just testing the solution, testing the waters, see how it goes. But I think in 5 years, we really want to have a more national presence. We want to work with not just the Indian community, but other immigrant groups because there's businesses everywhere. I mean, everywhere you go. And I think another plan for us is to work with CPAs and lawyers because they can, if they can only speak English, that's their community, that's the target market they have. But if they can use Roots2Results and work with other communities, they have a much greater market that they can tap into, but also help immigrant entrepreneurs.
And just to add on to that, so we want to build connections like with AHOA, other conventions that happen, other community groups across the United States, in other metropolitan cities, get the full product out, maybe get around 100,000 users,
Mm.
try and hire more employees to work on our web development for beta testing, get the full product out.
Okay. Good, actual, tangible next steps. I like it. It may be perception on my part. I'm not an immigrant, but it just seems that there is a greater percentage, a greater ratio of business owners amongst the immigrant community. Is that something that you all have experienced? Do you think that is that defendable with data? Or is that just a misconception that I think that more immigrants go into business ownership versus just W-2 employment at some large corporation?
I think from our research, we've seen that I think 1 in 5 new businesses are immigrant owned. So it's definitely a
Okay.
growing population. But thinking just about like the ideas of immigrants, they come here for the greater opportunity to become successful. And I think they were instilled at a young age that they need to own their own career, and that's where a lot of businesses
Okay.
come from.
And
Part
especially,
of,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No,
And
no.
especially in the indie community, it's typically seen that they own businesses instead of working a regular 9 to 5 job, as they feel it gives them more freedom over their own finances.
More ownership and more freedom. I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think has been the hardest part about starting this business while you're all in separate high schools?
Um, I think communication, that's definitely been the biggest thing. We all
Hmm.
have our own schedules. He has an internship at a real estate company right now, which takes up a lot of time. We're all doing sports, like we said earlier. And
Yeah.
so communication is the biggest thing. And I'd say our limited knowledge as well, because I mean, we're always learning, but we don't have the biggest knowledge base in business itself, but also in software development and aspects like that.
Mhm.
I feel like the biggest problem for us has been also is that our goal is to be able to give the American dream for our immigrant entrepreneurs. And so just trying to make sure that we're achieving our goals and trying to provide the best service for them has also been difficult because of our lack of knowledge on the web development areas, and trying to build connections with the web developers to get the best product out there.
Mm, very good. Is that a good segue to give a shout out to your other co-founder that's not able to join us today? Is he perhaps the one that is doing some of that web development, or is that falling on your all shoulders?
We've been working on it mainly. He's been pretty busy recently, so he hasn't been able to focus on this recently. So it's mainly been us three.
Okay, that's fair. And so do you all do the web development yourself? Are you finding partners to support that with? Or is it just kind of a grassroots effort? Roots, pun intended there.
So recently we've been working with multiple web developers, and we're cross shopping right now, trying to find which product, which developer could provide us the best product, and just working with that right now.
Very good. Okay. So not someone that holds a chief seat in the organization yet. No chief developer.
Not
No,
yet,
not yet.
not yet.
All right. That's all right. In time, you will have that. Where you've found support, whether it's through mentorship, your student faculty, or in community with your fellow immigrants, where are you finding that ability to just lean on these people that are a little bit older and have a little bit more experience to share with you?
Yeah, I would say we have a lot of mentors. With the UK boot camp, we've gotten so many people we've been able to talk to. But one from AHOA, the organization we talked about earlier, the board member on one of the regions has talked to us constantly about our idea, and he's given us some harsh feedback that we needed.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's definitely big because that's something we're not really experienced with. We're not experienced in making a startup, and I think it's really been helpful. If Free wants to talk about the UK boot camp.
Yeah, so the in the boot camp, we also get like legal advice. Our professor for the class has also been very helpful. She guides us through our weekly meetings on budgeting, how to do web development, things like that. So we've been working on that from the lessons we get. We meet a lot of guest speakers, so we've been connecting with them on LinkedIn. I just spoke to one of them. He's a web developer who built his own startup, so that's
Cool.
where I was getting ideas for our validation page from him too.
Okay. Very good. Nidhi, anybody that you've leaned on for support throughout this?
I think we've also gotten a lot of good feedback from the web developers we've talked to about how to actually go about the process and tweaks that we should make to our design.
Mm-hmm. Terrific. And what do your parents think of this endeavor? Are they supportive? Are they skeptical? Or is it just a nothing but support kind of a model they're taking with you?
I think
Uh,
I think it'll just be a mix of everything. They're
Huh?
supportive of us making our own business because they've been through the same thing. They're supportive
mhm,
of us for trying. But I think what we've seen in the immigrant community, a little bit with our parents, they're always hesitant. So
Mm-hmm.
about the idea, they're always hesitant about trying it. Um,
Okay.
Years have gone past where my parents have tried to do everything themselves and not reach out to get other help, and that's kind of where this comes into, which I
mhm.
think is a struggle we're going to have trying to grow Roots2Results, but I think it's something we can
Okay.
overcome.
Okay.
I agree for sure. Same with my parents. They are supportive of the idea because they came here with nothing and started their own businesses from scratch. So they definitely believe that hard work pays off. It's just they're a bit hesitant when it comes to us.
That's fair. If I can share one bit of advice from my own parent, my mom, her favorite saying was, "He who hesitates is lost." And so I just encourage you all as you continue
Hmm.
to build this, trust yourselves and don't hesitate. Just lean into what you're doing and take those steps very confidently because you're doing great.
Great
I love that
advice.
advice.
What do you think? You see, young entrepreneurs aren't so rare in this day and age. They are very prevalent. A lot of entrepreneurs are young, maybe not in high school, but young.
Hmm.
So what do you think are some misconceptions people have about young entrepreneurs?
So I think the main problem is that they may not think we're experienced enough or lack the knowledge to be able to launch a product like this. So they're hesitant on how we structure our team or how we delegate our tasks or how we're going about developing our product. So like a couple of the people I've spoke to have commented on that, like how our team may not be the most um, like structured that well, which in some cases they are right, but I feel like we are also just starting out, so there are bound to be some problems, but I feel like we still have the knowledge to be able to grow and be able to start this project ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect um, comment about your question. And I would also say, I know we're not going to talk about it too much, but the Highlander Outfitters store, I think something
Yeah.
like that has also done wonders for students to just learn about starting a business. Because what we do is we handle everything from inventory to marketing to sales and everything in between. And that really teaches students how to handle stuff by themselves, which is something that most
Mm-hmm.
people are concerned with, like saying that if students can even handle a business or if they can even go network outside.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Nidhi, anything to add there?
I feel like some people may think that younger people are less dedicated to the task, like it's just
Mhm.
they're doing on the side. But I feel like we're really putting like main of our main focus on this.
I think that's such a big piece and it's overlooked. I think,
Hmm.
especially as my generation looks down upon those that are in school now, like, we kind of came through school just at the start of the internet age, right? Where we didn't have access to that necessarily in grade school, in elementary school. But now everything, my son in kindergarten has a tablet and knows how to use it and gets on YouTube. And so we try and monitor this, right? And just focus on what is appropriate for his age group to consume. But still, it is like just a vast resource of information that's out there and available. And so again, that you get that kind of misnomer that your generation maybe isn't able to focus as well or can't be as dedicated to any one thing because they are just so easily distracted, right? I think that's the misnomer. But you're saying that you all are kind of able to overcome that. What are you doing to overcome that right now? I'm so curious.
I feel like we have like weekly meetings to like regroup every like Sunday or so, just to like make sure we're on track and make a plan for the next week, just to be
Mm,
consistent.
Hmm.
And I would say just internally as well, every student or most students I've talked to, most students I've known are just driven. I feel like
mm.
people don't see that, but they're motivated by themselves. They want to have success, and that's something that really pushes them.
Oh, I love that. And I love that it's still there. I think you always have those individuals that are driven. And I love to hear that it's possible to come out okay. And even as a student right now, right? Like
Hmm.
you three are an example of it. But I think as parents, we worry that is it possible even to learn to become motivated to do something greater in this day and age. And I think you're proving that absolutely yes, with the right education and the right support system, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Mm-mm. All right. The title question of the podcast. You all can answer this collectively or you can answer it individually. I will leave it up to you. But the question is making more blank is most important to you at this point in your life and career.
I would say that's a hard question, of course, and I guess that's why you're asking it. But making more time has been the most important thing of this year, just because, especially because we're high school students, everything that's been going on this year, from schoolwork to this Roots results to extracurriculars to just spending time with friends, especially since it's mine and Bree's senior year,
Hmm.
that's been the most important thing because that just gives us access to all the opportunities we need instead of being closed off and stuck doing homework or closed off and stuck doing just Roots to results. And so I think time.
Mhm.
For me, I think it's been making more connections has been most important to me this year. Um, my parents are worried that I'm moving like 12 hours away for college, but I feel like a Wharton education would give me the connections I need to be able to grow this business. Connections would be the most important thing to be able to validate our idea, grow our idea, see the future of our idea. So I just think making more connections would be the most important for us currently.
I think it'd be making more impact, like making sure I'm spending my time on something that actually matters, like working towards something, making progress on anything.
Mm. Three terrific answers, three exceptional students, and three incredible business owners. Thank you all so much. Do you have any final just advice for the entrepreneur out there that's watching this that needs a little bit of a pick me up to take some of what you all are driving and use it for themselves? Any advice?
Just make sure what the business you're working on is what you're passionate about. If you don't
Mm,
have any passion in it, there's no point in doing it. But if you really know there's a problem and you're striving to do your best to be able to help others, I think that's the most important part.
Yeah. And I would say just give it your all. I mean, there's been times where certainly all of us have tried to put this in the back seat but that's not going to work out. You really have to, like Reed said, be passionate about what you're doing and give it your time and effort, and you'll see progress.
I feel like you should like make a plan, make sure like you know your next steps so you're always moving forward.
Perfect. We will end it on that. Kishan, Preet, and Nidhi, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure to have you on this episode of Making More.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
much
much
for having us.
Thanks for listening to Making More. If today's conversation sparked something in you, let's connect. You can find me on LinkedIn and Threads at Coach Fischer FPT, or by visiting billyfischer.focalpointcoaching.com to learn more about how I help leaders create clarity, build momentum, and make more of what matters. This recording is copyrighted by Engineered Consulting Incorporated. Until next time, take care.